Question 1. After a technician discovers malware on a computer by examining symptoms reported by the user, what is the next appropriate step? A. Educate the user. B. Isolate the infected system. C. Fix the infected system. D. Update the computer. Correct answer: B. Isolate the infected system. Isolating the infected system is the process of disconnecting the compromised device from the network to prevent malware from spreading to other systems. This step is crucial in containing the infection before attempting removal or recovery, as malware can propagate through shared resources, emails, or network connections. Question 2. A user encounters an error indicating that Windows updates were not installed correctly. After trying to update again, the same error message appears. What should the technician do next? A. Check the error log for additional details. B. Use system. Restore to revert the system to a previous date. C. Look up the error code related to the failed update. D. Reinstall the operating system. Correct answer: C. Look up the error code related to the failed update. This step helps the technician determine whether the issue is due to corrupted update files, insufficient disk space, or conflicts with third-party software. By analyzing the error code, the technician can apply the appropriate troubleshooting steps, such as clearing the update cache, running the Windows Update troubleshooter, or manually installing the update. Question 3. After removing viruses from a system, according to CompTIA A+ guidelines, what is the final step in the best practices for malware removal? A. Turn off System Restore. B. Download the latest virus definitions. C. Provide user education. D. Isolate the infected system. Correct answer: C. Provide user education. User education is the final step in the malware removal process that involves teaching the user safe computing habits to prevent future infections by emphasizing best practices such as avoiding suspicious links, using trusted software sources, and keeping security software updated. This step is essential because many malware infections result from user actions, such as clicking on phishing emails or downloading unverified programs. Question 4. A user experiences poor internet connectivity, fluctuating cellular signal, and faster than usual battery depletion when entering a specific area of a corporate building. What is the most likely cause? A. Weak Wi-Fi and cellular signals. B. The device's battery needs replacing. C. The device is infected with malware. D. Wi-Fi is disabled. Correct answer: A. Weak Wi-Fi and cellular signals. Weak Wi-Fi and cellular signals are the most likely cause of poor internet connectivity, fluctuating signal strength, and faster battery depletion in a specific area of a building because the device is constantly searching for a stable connection. This typically happens in locations with physical obstructions, electromagnetic interference, or areas far from network access points. Question 5. If you need to boot the system using basic drivers, which startup setting option should you choose? A. Disable driver signature enforcement. B. Enable debugging. C. Enable low-resolution video. D. Enable safe mode. Correct answer: D. Enable safe mode. Safe mode is a diagnostic startup mode in Windows that loads only the necessary drivers and services. aiding in the troubleshooting of issues related to basic drivers. By running with minimal drivers, it simplifies the process of identifying problems caused by faulty or incompatible drivers. Question 6. What type of malicious software is most likely responsible for multiple pop-ups when a user opens their web browser? A. Adware. B. Worm. C. First-day attack. D. Trojan horse. Correct answer, A. Adware. Adware is a type of malicious software that generates unwanted advertisements by injecting pop-ups, banners, or redirects into a user's web browser. By displaying excessive pop-ups and redirecting users to sponsored or malicious websites, adware disrupts the browsing experience and may pose security risks. Question 7. What is the typical consequence of device driver issues or failing hardware in Mac OS and Linux systems? A. Blue screen of death. B. Kernel panic. C. Spinning windmill. D. Terminal emulation. Correct answer? B. Kernel panic. Kernel panic is a system error in Mac OS and Linux that occurs when the operating system detects a critical issue, such as device driver conflicts or failing hardware and cannot safely continue running. This error results in a sudden system halt, often displaying a black screen with debug information or a multilingual warning message. Question 8. A user believes they are downloading a legitimate antivirus program, but it turns out to be malware. What is this type of malware called? A. Adware. B. Browser redirection. C. Ransomware. D. Rogue antivirus. Correct answer. D. Rogue antivirus. Rogue antivirus is a type of malware that disguises itself as legitimate security software to trick users into downloading and installing it. It pretends to scan the system for threats, generates fake security alerts, and demands payment for bogus virus removal. Once installed, Rogue antivirus can compromise system security, display persistent warnings, or even install additional malware. Question 9. A user reports that their disk drive is running very slowly, affecting system performance, even though the hard drive is less than half full. What steps can you suggest to help improve the speed of the hard drive? A. Defragment the hard drive. B. Defragment the solid-state drive. C. Run fdisk. D. Move large files to a network drive. Correct answer. B. Defragment the solid-state drive. Defragmenting the hard drive is a process that rearranges fragmented data, placing files in continuous blocks for quicker access. This enhances system performance on traditional hard disk drives by minimizing the time spent searching for scattered data. Question 10. Which term describes a standalone malicious program that typically spreads across a computer network, consuming system resources and network bandwidth? A. Spyware. B. Worm. C. Trojan. D. Spam. Correct answer? B. Worm. Worm is a standalone malicious program that spreads across a network by exploiting system vulnerabilities and consuming resources. It does not require a host file to propagate and can self-replicate, infecting multiple devices rapidly. Once active, a worm can degrade system performance, cause network congestion, and serve as a gateway for additional cyber threats. Question 11. According to CompTIA A's best practices for malware removal, what should be done after disabling System Restore and isolating the infected system? A. Disabling System Restore. B. Isolating the infected system. C. Scheduling scans and running updates. D. Creating a restore point. Correct answer: C. Scheduling scans and running updates. CompTIA A has identified a 7-step best practice procedure for malware removal. Step 1. Investigate and verify malware symptoms. Step 2. Quarantine infected systems. Step 3. Disable System Restore in Windows. Step 4. Remediate infected systems. Update anti-malware software. Scanning and removal techniques, e.g. safe mode, pre-installation environment. Step 5. Schedule scans and run updates. Step 6. Enable system. Restore and create a restore point in Windows. Step 7. Educate the end user. Question 12. A user is working on a shared computer and experiences the email application freezing upon opening. When a technician logs in, the application works fine. After the user logs back in, the application still freezes. What should the technician do next? A. Check for software updates and apply them. B. Repair the application installation. C. Add the user to the local administrator group. D. Rebuild the user's mail profile. Correct answer: D. Rebuild the user's mail profile. When an application freezes for one user but works for others, a corrupt mail profile is a likely cause, as it can prevent proper synchronization or loading of settings. By rebuilding the profile, the application starts fresh, eliminating errors and restoring normal functionality. Question 13. A user reports that an app on their cell phone is loading slowly and not functioning properly. What is the technician's first step to resolve this? A. Uninstall and reinstall the application. B. Perform a hard reset on the cell phone. C. Reconnect the wireless network. D. Close all open applications. Correct answer: D. Close all open applications. The first step in troubleshooting a slow and malfunctioning app is to close all open applications. Running multiple apps simultaneously can consume system resources, such as RAM and CPU, which may cause performance issues. By closing unnecessary applications, the technician can determine if the issue is related to resource limitations before proceeding with more complex solutions. Question 14. A technician receives a call about ransomware detected on a PC in a remote office. What should be the technician's first step? A. Disconnect the PC from the network. B. Run an antivirus scan. C. Perform a backup and restore. D. Educate the user. Correct answer: A. Disconnect the PC from the network. Disconnecting the PC from the network is the first step in responding to a ransomware infection. Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts a user's files and demands payment for decryption. By isolating the infected system, the technician prevents the malware from spreading to other devices and stops further communication with the attacker's server. Question 15. If a user believes they are downloading legitimate antivirus software, but it turns out to be malware, what is this type of malware called? A. Adware. B. Browser redirection. C. Rogue antivirus. D. Ransomware. Correct answer: C. Rogue antivirus. Rogue antivirus is a type of malware that disguises itself as legitimate antivirus software to deceive users into installing it. Once installed, it often falsely claims to detect threats, prompting users to pay for unnecessary or fake virus removal. In some cases, it can also install additional malware, compromise system security, or block access to legitimate security tools. Question 16. Which startup setting option allows you to boot the system with basic drivers? A. Disable driver signature enforcement. B. Enable debugging. C. Enable low-resolution video. D. Enable safe mode. Correct answer. D. Enable safe mode. Safe mode is a Windows startup setting option that allows the system to boot with only the most essential drivers and services. This mode is useful for troubleshooting software conflicts, driver issues, and malware infections by providing a minimal operating environment. Since safe mode loads only basic drivers, it helps diagnose and resolve system problems without interference from third-party applications or unnecessary background processes. Question 17. Which Windows utility uses restore points to return the system to a previous state and date? A. Grub or Lilo. B. Snapshot Manager. C. System Configuration Utility. D. System Restore. Correct answer. D. System Restore. System Restore is a Windows utility that allows users to revert their system to a previous state and date using restore points. Restore points store system settings, installed applications, and registry configurations, helping to recover from software malfunctions, driver conflicts, or failed updates. Question 18. What type of malicious software encrypts files, deletes files, or changes file permissions and demands payment to restore access to the files? A. Ransomware. B. Spam. C. Virus. D. 1. Correct answer A. Ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts files, deletes files, or changes file permissions, and then demands payment to restore access. It typically spreads through phishing emails, malicious downloads, or exploit kits, locking users out of their data until a ransom is paid, often in cryptocurrency. Question 19. Which of the following measures can help protect against phishing attacks? A. A spam filter. B. An antivirus. C. An intrusion detection system. D. Anti-malware. Correct answer. A. A spam filter. A spam filter is a tool created to block phishing attacks by examining incoming emails for indicators of suspicious or harmful content, such as misleading links or unreliable sender addresses. It can either block these emails or move them to a spam folder, helping to safeguard users from being deceived into revealing sensitive information. Question 20. Which tool helps identify the reason why Windows Update keeps failing? A. Safe Mode. B. Windows Recovery Environment. C. Windows Update. Troubleshooter. D. ntbtlog.txt. Correct answer. C. Windows Update Troubleshooter. Windows Update Troubleshooter is a built-in Windows tool used to identify and resolve issues that cause Windows Update to fail by detecting problems with update components, corrupted files, or network settings. It helps ensure that the system receives necessary security patches and performance updates by automatically applying fixes or providing recommendations for manual resolution. How many questions did you get right? Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.